Hi, in this video we're just going to quickly review how to solve proportions. Proportions compare two ratios, so fractions, that are equal to each other in some way. So for example, if you're cooking and you have a recipe and you double it, those two fractions would be proportional. All right, so I'm going to show you, I hope, in a visual way that will help you remember, and then I'll show you some examples of how to do it. So let's say you have this fraction. You have yellow there. I'm just going to kind of put some colors because why not? I think this will work. All right, so we have a couple colors here in our fractions, and what you do when you are solving proportions is you cross multiply. There are other ways to do this in a slightly longer way, but the shortcut-ish style way is that's my dog scratching on the door, to cross multiply. So I'm going to show you after I let my dog in. All right, come on. Okay, so I drew that arrow because we are going to multiply across the equal sign. This only works when there's an equal sign. If this is a multiplication dot, it's not going to work. So this is what you do when you cross multiply. So what you're going to do now is multiply the blue times the yellow on this side. All right, and then you're going to do the same thing the other direction. Multiply that way. So you'll have now on this side the red and the blue. All right, and these are equal to each other. All right, and the last step would be to actually multiply if you can. So watch this magic. This turns into green. Aren't I cool? And this will turn into purple, like a little art lesson there. Hopefully somehow that will help somebody remember this process. If not, sorry. All right, one super important thing is often you want to use parentheses when you're cross multiplying with expressions. And I'll show you what that means in some of the examples. You could get in the habit, if you wanted, of putting parentheses every single time. And maybe I'll do that for all of them just so you can see what it looks like when it actually matters. All right, here we go. So to cross multiply, you're going to multiply across like that, the equal sign. So m times 8 is the same as 8m, okay, because the commutative property, equals, cross again, 10 times 6. All right, 8m stays 8m, equals 60. All right, and we like to draw straight lines down the middle when we're solving equations. So we're going to divide both sides by 8 to get the m alone. And 60 divided by 8 simplifies 30 over 4. I'll just write down my thought process. I'm simplifying. 60 over 8, 30 over 4, 15 over 2. So 15 over 2 would be the best answer. You could write 7.5 instead. Either way is fine. All right, let's look at the next one. When you cross or have two ratios equal to each other, that's called a proportion, so we will cross multiply. 6 times x minus 2. This one is where it really matters that you put that in parentheses. 3 times 8. That's that way. All right. Now, here's why it matters, because when we're following the order of operations or solving equations, you're going to ask yourself, can I distribute? Well, yeah, you can distribute, so you need to do that. 6x minus 12 equals, and then on this side, we can't distribute, but we can multiply 24. All right. Now, using the steps to solve an equation, we want to get the variable alone isolated. So we're going to add 12 to both sides to cancel it. 6x equals 36. And last, we're going to divide x equals 6. And this is it. This is how you solve proportions. All right, 2 more quick examples. All right, cross 6 n times n plus 5 equals this way. I like to put the number by itself in front, n plus 2. All right, draw your line and follow steps to solve an equation. Can I distribute? Yes. 6n plus 30 equals, can I distribute? Yes. 15n plus 10. Now you have 4 choices, so in our instructions for solving equations, we say add or subtract something. It doesn't matter which one, so let's say this was my inclination, was to subtract 30. So 6n equals 15n minus 20. Add or subtract something else. We want to get the variables together, so we'll do minus 15n to get all the variables over here on the left. So that would be negative 9n equals negative 20. And now we need to, I'm running out of room, divide both sides by 9. So negative 9. So n equals 20 over 9. Okay, that's as simplified as it can be. All right, one more. Solve proportions means cross multiply. So 10 times b minus 8 equals 4 times 10b. All right, draw your line and let's follow the steps. We can distribute 10b minus 80 equals, and this isn't distributing, but it is multiplying 40b. Now we have some b's on each side, but no other constant. So I'm going to subtract 10b from each side to keep the b's together. So negative 80 equals 30b. And the last step, we're going to divide both sides by 30 to get b alone. And that equals negative 8 over 3. Now, a lot of these answers are fractions, and those tend to make people second guess themselves. They make them think maybe they're wrong, even if they're not. So we're going to go ahead and use Desmos to check our answers to these problems, just to show you how to do it and just to make sure that we did them right. So 10 divided by 8 equals x. We're going to always use x in here. X divided by 6. And here's how you check your answer. You click on the x-intercept, that's the solution, and the solution says 7.5. If you can't really see that this is the same, you could type x equals 15 over 2, and you'll see it's the same. Okay? All right, so we're good on that one. Let's check the other one. Let's see. We have x minus 2 on the bottom. We have 3 in the numerator. On this one, we have 8 in the denominator. And we have 6 in the numerator. The answer via Desmos, the x-intercept. Why won't it do it? I don't know why it's not working, but you can see right there the answer is 6. All right, next one. 3x plus 2. Oops. Good thing we're doing this. We got to put parentheses. 3x plus 2, parentheses, divided by, parentheses, x plus 5. Push the over arrow, equals, parentheses, well, we don't even need them on this side, 6 over 5. I don't know why it's not working right now. That's really weird. It's because I'm making a video and I just want it to make sense. Maybe that's why. I don't know why it's not working, but let's look. I don't know, but it's right there, slightly over, let's see, it's 2 to 3, so 2.2 something. And let's do this. Actually, we could just check it that way. X equals 20 over 9. And hey, we got it right, because see, they're right on top of each other. So even though for some reason it won't let me click the solution, although now, well, it looks like we can check it that way too. All right, and the last one. 10x over 10 equals x minus 8 over 4. And we can't see it, so we'll go to home. Hey, there it is, that black line right there. Let's check it this way. X equals negative 8 over 3. And you can see they are the same. All right, so that's how you solve proportions. When you get to Algebra 2, you'll actually have two variables that you multiply together, and that'll be really cool. All right, bye.